Good afternoon and welcome to today's Friday with Fiona, and the weather is gorgeous. So I've got my fan on, if you can hear a whirring noise in the background, it's a little bit warm. But today I want to do something slightly different. The new annual catalogue has gone live. It went live on the 1st of May and it's very different to what we're used to. So I wanted to just take you through it. Not exactly step by step, but there's kind of various different sections and explain some bits, and then hopefully it will make a bit more sense to you. I have to say, it was a bit of a shock to start with, but I do absolutely love it. And it's not just a catalogue for choosing what you want to buy. There are so many ideas and suggestions and inspiration in here. So anyway, let's get to it, and I'm going to need my reading glasses on today. So let's get rid of my face. There we go. Right, that's the front cover. So hopefully there won't be so much glare once we get... Now, I need to just move this. Sorry if I'm making you seasick. There we go. Okay. So very, very different cover. It's all about people, and that's kind of the theme throughout the catalogue. The CEO of Stampin Up, Sarah Douglas, one of her goals, vision if you like, is to eradicate loneliness. And I think we do help with that with crafting groups and people getting together, whether it be online or in person. So here you have people getting together, and that's kind of the theme throughout. So let's get cracking. The table of contents is pretty straightforward. Just making sure that's it. So you've got step-by-step crafting, which is the kits essentially, and they are available online. And there's different sorts of kits. There's card kits, there's home decor kits, there's kits that include stamp sets and blocks, there's kits that you have everything you need. So if you're an absolute beginner, you just need to open the box and everything you need is there. The glue, you know, the dots for gluing, there'll be printed sentiments and everything. So that is a great place to start. And I have to say, I love our kits, and I am planning to start a separate session. I've got so many, I need to start making them. So and watch this space for that. So step to step, page 4 to 11. Then we've got quick and easy options. So that's if you don't want to be completely guided in what you do, you want to have a little bit of choice to your sentiment or your flower or your animal or whatever. So that's that. And then creativity your way, which is kind of more for the avid crafters, people that want it all, love doing their die cutting or their punching, layering, embossing, fun folds, all of that. And then at the end, the index is again very different, and I will go through that. And I'm really, really happy with it. So let's get cracking. So step-by-step crafting, as I've said, it's the kits. They come in this great box. You can do them alone or you can get together. This is just an idea. So this is the it's a kids one. I actually gave it to my 4-year-old nieces for Easter, and so they put together the animals and then it becomes a game. The honeycomb, that's just come out, and the beautiful birthday one, that's been out a couple of months. I'm desperate to get this one. I didn't get it when it first came out, and it was so popular that at the moment it's unorderable, but it will be back. And that one includes, you can see they've got a stamp set there. This one's got a stamp set block, and you get, when you have a stamp set, you get an ink spot. This one includes the labels. They've already got pre-printed messages on, that you can see there. So that's the kits, and that's basically if you want to have everything provided for you, you're just getting started. And I have to say, our Christmas ones, there's some great tags, so I'm hoping that stays around. Right, the next one is the quick and easy option. Now I've only got one of these, but they're calling them ephemera packs. I'm not really sure what that means, but so basically, oh, I think I'm missing a page. They're stuck together. Yes, there we go. So these are the ephemera packs. And basically you buy a pack of cards. This is the Sunny Springs cards and envelopes, and you get 5 cards and 5 envelopes, and they're different colours. So this is the sunny colours, more like the brights that we use. There should be a 5th one there. There it is, green with the leaves. So flowers, leaves, geometric, and plaid. So that's, and you get the matching envelopes as well. And then the idea with the ephemera packs is, so this is the something for everything one. If I turn the page over, you should see it. There we go. I must go back in a minute to the top 10. So that's the pack I've got. Got that one next order. And then you've got the saying something for everything, which is what I've got, which has got boats and fish and birds and books and ice creams and animals. I got it actually for the animals. Birthday cakes. I haven't used it yet. Stars. Oh, look at that cactus. My granddaughters went to Arizona for the first time last year, and they fell in love with cacti. So I know what we'll be doing with that. And basically you would just use some dimensionals or some glue, and, you know, relatively easy, but you get to choose. It's not like the kits, which are kind of instructions and telling you what to do. So that's the ephemera. And as I said, there's got sentiments, flowers, and then labels. Oh, I did get this stamp set, and I thought I got it out to show you. What have I? Oh, honestly, I have everything ready, and then when I start, I lose stuff. Here it is. It simply said, and I have to say it's £16, but it's pretty much covers, the sentiments pretty much cover any occasion. So birthday, thank you, thinking of you, and just a note. The only thing missing really is good luck and sympathy. Okay, so that is the now what did they call that? Quick and easy options. Okay, now I want to go back to, this is the top 10 of crafting essentials, and I absolutely love this. See if you agree with any of these. Number 1, definitely our paper snip scissors are incredible, the best crafting scissors I've ever used. I have 2 pairs that I use for paper, and I have a separate pair that I use for ribbon, and I have attached a ribbon to it so that I make sure, because the paper ones do get blunt and then they start tearing your ribbon. Number 2 is the multi-purpose liquid glue. Now I do use this because if you want to put something on and have an opportunity to move it, it is great. However, I am more of a seal and a seal plus. They are probably my preferred. But I kind of use everything. And tear and tear. Now the dimensionals, yes, definitely. In fact, I'd probably say number 2 to the dimensionals. The ink spots, they are great, and you get one in the kit. So I've kind of accumulated a supply of them. But I have rheumatoid arthritis, and for me, the little spots are not brilliant. I prefer the bigger ink pads, but that's personal. And if you're traveling, the ink spots are great to take with you. The blocks, yes, the box is such good quality. I've got one here. That's the D, which is kind of fits most of them, not the really large ones, but all of the other ones you can get on. And then the stamp sets. They've chosen the saying, hey, there's another one that I really like, but they have so many. And I would just like to say, Stampin' Up make their own stamp sets. They don't come from China. They come from their factory in Riverton in Utah in America, and they're very high quality, very. And we'll come to that later because there's going into more detail about the different types. Punches, I do love a punch. However, my rheumatoid arthritis does not. So I am leaning more to dies, and there's a bit of a surprise coming up about that. And then they're saying your blank canvas. So basic white notes and white note cards and envelopes. I must admit, we've been to the hospital quite a lot lately with my husband, and I really wished I had some thank you cards in my bag to give to the nurses who were just incredible. So I am actually going to, I need to put it on my to-do list. I'm going to make up a set using the note cards because they're quite compact and they'll fit in my handbag, whereas the normal size ones take a bit of room. Now I do use the chamois. I cut mine in half and I've got it in this stamp case, but you can use it. This is what it comes like, and I do keep it whole and use it in a stamp case. It's entirely up to you, but I would agree with that. That and the Stampin' Scrub, which we'll come to later. And then number 10, they're saying, is your demonstrator, like Google, only better. I love that. So if you've got any questions, then, you know, please reach out. So that's the ephemera. And then moving on. Oh, sorry, I did miss this with the ephemera. They've actually given you some layouts, which is great. So using the 2 different types of card bases, you know, give you some ideas, but you don't have to do what they say. You can do your own thing. So I love that. And then on page 22, and this is what I mean about this not just being a catalogue for purchasing, they have given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 22 ideas there of different layouts for cards, and then they've used them here. So that one there is number 1, that's number 2, that's number 3. Don't know which one that is, but you know, great. So if you're stuck for inspiration, I quite often find a sketch. If I'm stuck, like, you know, my creative mojo's disappeared, I either go back to a design I've made previously that I really liked and just do it using new products, or go to a sketch, and I just think these are great. So page 22 is an amazing page to refer to. This is the one that I said I would choose, that they've recommended saying hey, but I would say choose happy. And you've got everything. You've got gratitude, hello, different seasons and everything. So, and then again, you've got some more inspiration there. Okay. And then Memories Plus. So scrapbooking is going to be coming back in a much bigger way later in the year, but this is what we have at the moment, the Memories Plus. So the memories and more cards and actual card bases, the albums. The album is there, that's this one, craft card with a black binding, and then you get a variety pack, which is these pockets to put everything in. And then this is about packaging. So that's it. Now we get to, this is my favorite, Creativity Your Way. So this is basically, I do love a kit if I need something quick and simple. And the ephemera packs I'm going to have a play with, but they're probably not really me. But this, you know, you get to choose your own stuff, your own colours. And that's the thing about Stampin' Up, everything goes together. You don't have to worry that the pinks and the blues and the greens are going to clash, because they don't. And the other thing I'd like to point out, in previous catalogues, the designer series paper has been really small, and you've not really been able to see it. You'd had to wait until you actually, one of us, you know, demonstrates it. But this is much, much better. And this layout is, they're doing 5, so this is a suite, what they call a suite. You've got the stamp set, the dies, the gems, the paper, and sometimes some ribbon. And they've done 5 cards, which they believe, well, they do demonstrate all the different elements. So this one here is focusing on the designer series paper. This one's focusing on the dies, as is, that's the designer series paper cut out with the dies. That one's stamping, and then that one's back to the dies. And then you've got the same thing here with the Take to the Sky. Again, you've got the designer series paper, the dies, the stamping. So they've used the Nested Essentials dies there. You've got the dies of the actual aircraft there, and some stamping. I just love the way they're doing it. So they're giving you, you know, lots of inspiration of what you can do with the products. To the market, the same thing, 5 cards. That's, I think, a note card. You've got the designer series paper there with, they've cut up the designer series paper, mix and match. You've got the dies there. I just really, really think it's so inspiring. And if you're stuck, now you see these colours, that's mainly last year's in colours. They're not really me, but I could see myself using those with the brights, with the bright blues, the Coastal Cabanas, the Lemon Lolly, you know, being much brighter, and it would look completely different. But again, I could use their layouts. Oh, I love this paper. I can't wait to get my hands on it. And again, you've got one, that's a home decor. They've just put, so the paper is 6x6. I'm guessing that is a 6x6 frame, and they've just popped a bit of paper in there, done some die cutting. Just, you know, how easy would that be? But it looks stunning. And then you've got some small cards here, using the die cuts, stamping and die cuts. So just you know, really great ideas. The lily pond, exactly the same. Don't want to spend too much time going through each one. The thoughtful journey. So that's this section, and oh my god, this are just absolutely stunning. I've got the birdhouse. You would have seen my birdhouse cards that I did with the in colours. Oh, it's just, I'm in love with this. I can't stop playing with it. I'm doing another project, which I will post when I've finished it. And I was gonna, you know, not get the country flowers, but hey ho, I have seen so much with it, and I'm in love with it. So again, that's a complete suite, but you can break it down and just get what you want. And isn't it lovely to be able to see in detail the designer series paper? Much better. It's even got embossing folder, ribbon, gems, everything there, and the unbounded beauty. I've only got the papers for this so far. I'm trying to resist, and the gems. Okay, so then you move on. So that's the suites, and then we're going to the bundles now. They're showing you, this is the two Stampin' Cut emboss machines, the mini, and they do state when things will go through the mini. I'm just trying to see. Well, they used to. Maybe they're not doing that this year. I thought they were. No, actually, it doesn't say mini. They're giving you the size there. Now, with all of the bundles, they you get 10% off by buying them together. You can buy them separately, so you've got the numbers separately. Just go back a page. Yeah, so you can buy them separately. This one has got masks as well. Now this is really fun. So what I was saying earlier about, I love punches, but they don't love my rheumatoid arthritis. But with two of these stamp sets, you've got a choice, dies or punch, and I just love that. And there's different prices. So if you get the stamp set and the dies, no, they're exactly the same. Tell a lie. They're just, you've got different codes for them. And this one, you get one die or one punch. I wonder if that's a mistake. That's a big difference. That's £10 difference. Yes, the punch is £22. So it's cheaper to get the die with this one. Wow. The punch on its own is 22 and the die on its own is 11.25. So that's it. But with all the bundles, if you buy them together, so punch or die. And then you just got the stamp sets and the dies. I've got the hearts and hugs. It's so cute. I haven't used it yet, but I will. Lots and lots of, oh, this, I can't wait to play with this. I've seen somebody do the trolley, just die cut in silver, and it was amazing. It just looked so realistic. And I just think they've given you, you know, plant, bottle of wine. You don't have to use those in the trolley. You can use them on their own. And also, what about craft? So we've got the crafting with you stamp set and dies. I think some of that stuff could go in there and that would be fun to do. In fact, I might have a go at that. More bundles, a bit retro. And this one, I've been dying to get my hands on this one. It was available for people who went to On Stage, and I didn't, unfortunately, so I couldn't get it till the catalogue went on sale. So you get this stamp set and you get these circle dies, 12 of them. And again, they're giving you 3 pictures. Now, I just want to show. So it's called Spotlight. So there you go. There's a Spotlight card. And I'm in love with it. Absolutely. Can you see the wink of Stella on it? Don't think you can, actually. There, just there on the butterfly. Yeah. I'm just in love with it. And the circles, I just used one of the plain ones, but you've got fancy ones. And really, I'm absolutely in love with that. So carrying on, there's loads more bundles. They brought back the loveliest tree. It was called something else, but it was a stamp set that was around for like 20 years, I think. And again, each time you've got at least 3 ideas, if not more. And then you've got the encore section. So this is what's carried over from previous catalogues, either the last annual one that's just finished, the spring that's just finished, last year's winter. Then your autumn leaves was in last winter's. There's the crafting with you. Now these you can buy as bundles, but you don't get the 10% off anymore, because once that particular catalogue that they're in finishes, the bundle price finishes. But you can get them separately. I just got the Bright Skies. I held out for that, and then I got it. But there's loads here. There's Christmas, there's summer, there's kids, just stunning. So that's a big section there. Sentiments, punch, trusty tools. Yeah. Okay, now then we move on to, so this is them explaining about the different types of stamp sets. So you've got the photopolymer, which is this sort, or cling. Now, if I show you, so this is photopolymer, okay? So when you put it down, you can see exactly where you're stamping, all right? Which is great for repositioning things, etc. And then the cling, if I've got a cling one handy, that's photopolymer. Oh, there we go. The Adventurous Sky is cling, and so it's red rubber basically, and you put the label on. You don't have to, but I tend to, and so you have a bit more. You see there a bit of foam. A bit more oomph when you're stamping than the photopolymer, but with a glass mat, the photopolymer is awesome. And as I said, Stampin' Up make their own stamp sets, so they're not coming from China, which is awesome. Okay, and so this is then a bit more explanation about the types of stamp sets. You've got clear reversibles, so they have images on both sides, and you've got the Planted Paradise stamp set. Actually, I've got that. Let me show you. And the Sea Turtle set, and basically one side has pattern and the other side doesn't. So what I would do is I would stamp that side first, and then I would go stamp the second side. So this is really clever. It cuts down the number of stamps you have, because you just turn them over. Very, very clever, I think. So that's reversibles. There's the Stampin' Scrub, which is great, and you have one side which has raindrops there, and the other side has sun. So you spray it, wipe your stamp to get the ink off, and then you dry it on this side, and it is really thorough. The only thing about this is you have to get these out and clean them, and that is a job I absolutely hate. But you know, you have to do some hard work. And then they're saying image only stamps are a great way. You can do backgrounds, and then you've got sentiment only as well. And then these dies which have sentiments only, so you can combine them. Right. Then they're saying two-step stamping. So you stamp this one here like that, and then you would do the detail. So you're stamping the outline, and then you stamp the detail image on top. And you basically you're designing the car, and the ones that so it's this one, the Racing By, which is on my wish list, the Hot Air Balloon stamp set, and the Trusty Tools stamp set. Then scenery, and I absolutely love this one. It's on my wish list, and here they're giving examples of how. So it's called Under the Moon. But you don't have to just use it as a moon. You can use it as a sun. And I just think it's great. And so that is also on my wish list. You know, there's no point me getting everything in one go, because I won't be able to use it. Not enough hours in the day. But yes, and they're showing you there some sponge daubers. So it's also techniques. These are all different techniques. So sponge daubers, you can just put different, like here, this stamp here, they've done a bit in the top is, I would say, Daffodil Delight, and then probably Calypso Coral, and then it's faded in the middle. So you've got the three different colours without having to keep cleaning your stamp set and trying masking and everything. Right, then background stamps, and they've got the brayer here. So when you've got a big stamp, the brayer kind of comes into its own. That's a brand new one. I have the Doggone Friendly, but they're great, and they work best with the Clear Block F, which is a really big block. That's F. So that's the size of the card, you see. And when you're doing it with that, what I would do is you put your stamp set on there and then put your ink on and then put your paper down and rub your paper all over, because you can hardly get hold of this stamp set. So it's locked, sorry. So that's just one tip. Some great ideas there. See, there's just, don't you see, there's, with this catalogue, there's far more inspiration than just the sales. Okay, so then this is kudos to our demonstrators. So when a demonstrator meets 1 million in sales, they get to design the stamp set. And these are the ones that are current. So sincere, coffee with friends, courage and faith, and then this new one, you are beautiful. Now, I just wish my desk looked like this. I have the Stampin' Blends and I have the ink pads, and I do have them in their storage, but that's to my side, and I just wish my desk looked like that. It's just, you know, nice and tidy, but hey ho. Stampin' Mist, that's what you use with the Stampin' Scrub. Okay, so here we go. Show appreciation. So these are like themes now. So you've got thank you. I've got this one. It's just arrived. I hadn't had a chance to play with it. Thanks for supporting my small business. Perfect. And then we're going to paper. And as I said, memories, scrapbooking is going to be coming back in a bigger way later on in the year. But here you have your 12 by 12 cardstock, and you can get it in all 6 families if you wanted to. And in basic white and very vanilla as well. Okay, then we've got, see, they're still doing the technique. So you've got blending brushes here and the wood textured paper, and they're giving you some tips to how to use that. You've got the Simply Scored tool, and that's great if you're running, you know, you can just do a lines down and you don't need to use an embossing folder. And again, these are some more stamp sets that carried over, that they're just making suggestions, which is great. Use your designer series paper, and oh, I love this. Craft, create really amazing fun things. I think it's really fun. Now they're suggesting that these are for kids, fair enough, new babies, but you know, I've got this one and I'm not going to be using it for kids. I love the way these sentiments, and my granddaughters, we say that to them and they say it to us, love you lot. So that's, I'm keeping that forever. And then they've got the mini alphabet dies there. There's an example where you can use the negative and the positive. So that's the negative, and they've just used that for the yeah, it's just so many ideas in here. It's incredible. And then invitations, and they're giving you some suggestions here of what you can use them for. That stamp set there. Some more inspiration with different papers, and then there's some home decor ideas. I mean, how beautiful is that, just with the designer series paper, and then showing the papers again and the enamel basics. And then you've got a section on metallics, so all the metallics are together. The metallic gems, the metallic specialty paper, the silver's back in the catalogue. You've got these gilded pages, oxidized copper, and then these gold cards, and even the metallic enamel effects. So all the metallics are together, which I think is great, because you used to find the gold paper here and something else here, and it's just nice to have it all together. Now here's the ribbon. They've laid it all out, the ribbon. And there's not as many as maybe we've had, but I guess that's because there's probably some coming in the mini that's going to have Christmas in it. But I love the way they've done this. They've actually used the ribbon so you can kind of see it, what it's going to look like as a finished product, with paper, with boxes. And so including the twines, there's 17. But yeah, I think that's really, really good. And they are beautiful quality. I love the in colour ones. They're really soft. In fact, so is that. I used that for a gift tag I made. That's that one. Pretty peacock with gold. Beautiful. Whoa, sorry. Let me check I haven't muted you or anything. No, okay. I nearly unplugged you. So that's the ribbon. And then there's the same with the gems. Now the colours aren't listed there, but if you look through the earlier pages where they had gems, they give you the list. So look back here, they list the colours there. So those are going to be smoky slate. Right, and then now this is a little secret, okay. Which adhesive is best for my product? And then you've got this little logo would be card and paper. This is ribbon. This is embellishments. This is die cuts, and this is 3D products. So let's go to the liquid glue. It's basically going to do cardstock, embellishments, die cuts, and 3D projects, but not ribbon, because that will, you know, soak the ribbon. But seal, on the other hand, is good for ribbon and cardstock. Glue dots is good for everything except 3D projects. So you see how that works, and I just think that is amazing. That is really, really useful. So that's page 116, really, really useful. And then we're going on to some techniques. So watercolor, stamp sets, what you need. So you've got your watercolor paper, you need the stays on ink pad, you've got the watercolor pencils, you've got the water painters, pastels and spritzers. So it's all there, and again you've got some lovely inspiration there. And then we've got the trimmer. I love the trimmer. Some ideas. So how to add some fun to your cards, and they even give you the instructions how to do that fun fold, how to do that peekaboo, and how to do a sliding card. I just think that's really, really good. That's what I mean. It's not just a catalogue, it's an inspiration book. Every time I see that, I think I'm going to need to get that punch, because I don't have it at the moment, but I don't know how much I'd use it. So okay, then here the same thing, how to make shaker cards and what you need to make shaker cards. So clear medium envelopes, tear and tape, and that's using the envelopes, or you can use the window sheets and the foam adhesive strips, which I use. That's this one's here, and then the loose embellishments that you can put in. So it's just great. They're actually telling you how to do it. Masking, the same thing. I love this stamp set, and here they've masked the different animals. They're showing you there. They've actually used a mask on this little guy here and cut him out, put him over the top so that they could stamp the sky around him. And then also the brayer as well. So it tells you how to do it. They make a scene, tape a shape. It's actually giving you the know-how how to do it, which is just brilliant. Okay, and then this is what we did last week, the embossing. So the embossing paste, the heat embossing. So I went through that last week, but again, they're explaining to you how to do it, exactly how to do it, which is great. And then the actual embossing folders. Now, I was so looking forward to getting this. The dotted circles, I had to run some through yesterday just to show you what they looks like. And I love, love, love this. And I think it looks like a little clutch purse. And I'm going to try, because I think that would make a great gift card holder dressed up as a purse, like a little clutch bag. I just think it's stunning. So I wanted to share. You can tell I'm really excited about this. It's gorgeous, and it's huge. It's it doesn't say the size in here, but it's definitely, well, that wasn't as big as the actual embossing folder. You can see that's pretty big. And that's what we did last week. We did the swirly. What's it called? So swirly, yeah. And then here we go to getting to the inks. So memento you need to use when you're using the Stampin' Blends. The stays on you need to use when you're watercolouring. And it gives you all the details here. The Stampin' Right markers you can do. And the Stampin' Right markers you can now do on the photopolymer with the new ones. The ones we had before, these that came out last year, you couldn't really use on photopolymer. Now colour, yes, colour. This is awesome. And they are, there's been such a demand for an actual physical colour wheel that Stampin' Up are designing and making one, but it won't be available till later on in the year. And it's just amazing. So what they've done here is they're suggesting that you take Calypso Coral and Petal Pink. Now they're next to each other, so they're basically saying that's monochromatic. Complementary is opposite, so you've got Granny Apple Green somewhere, Granny Apple Green and Berry Burst. They're opposite each other. And then I don't know what analogous means, but they kind of seem to be next to each other. Cajun Craze, Copper Clay and Peach Pie. And then Triadic is the 3 different sides of the wheel. So you've got Poppy Parade, Azure Afternoon and Daffodil Delight. Yeah. And they've even given you some suggestions. But yeah, oh look, there's the Spotlight card. I didn't see that. Well, they haven't done it as a Spotlight, but that's, I just love that stamp set. It's amazing. And then here we go to colour. This is their families. So you've got Stampin' Up markers, cardstock, classic ink pads and ink refills. And the quality is phenomenal. And then you've got, you can order them individually or you can order them by family. So that's the subtles, the brights, the regals and the neutrals, and then you've got the 2 in colours. So these are the new ones, 2024 to 2026, and I love all 5 of them. They are awesome. And these ones, not so much my choice. But Wild Wheats come into its own, and the Boho Blue I do like. And also I just want to point out down here, there's a new neutral, basic beige. We haven't lost Berry Vanilla. We haven't lost basic white. We haven't lost basic black. They've added one. I haven't got the cardstock yet. Did I get the ribbon? I thought I got something. Oh, no, I've got the ink pad. Yeah, there it is. That's the ink pad, basic beige. I'm waiting for the the cards out of stock. I thought I got the ribbon. Must be imagining it. Maybe it's in my basket at the moment. So there, just want to point that. Now, last but not least is the index. So before, you used to have to know the names of the stamp set that you were looking for or the dies. But this time, you still do. It's in alphabetical order. But if you know the name of the designer series paper, like Country Woods or Country Lace, page 51, and then you can find your... There you go, Country Woods, Country Flowers, Country Lace, and you find it all there. And they've broken down, they used to have the stamp sets alphabetized, I don't know how to say that. And then on a separate paper, you'd have like the page numbers for the inks and the papers, etc. So what they've done now is all in alphabetical. So it starts with adhesives, embellishments, dyes, memory keeping, paper, or missed out embossing ink. And it's all in alphabetical order, so really, really good. I've used it a number of times already. It's fabulous. And literally last but not least is, if you've seen loads of stuff you want, the starter kit is still by far and away the best offer out there. And this month we have an even better offer because it's £99. You choose £130 worth of product. And they're also throwing in the 5 new 2024 to 2026 in colours, a mixed pack of cardstock, the right markers, the ink pads, and I'm missing a 4th item. What is it? Might be the ribbons. I can't honestly remember. I have posted it before, but if you're interested, basically it's a £78 value. And then at the back is the angel policy, if you're going to make your cards to sell. So I hope that was informative. Literally, you know, look at that, telling you how to use your mask. You don't have to then go online and find out how to do it. And the thing I love, let me go back to the adhesives. So adhesives is page 116. I absolutely love this little key that tells you what you can use and when. I think that's brilliant. Anyway, I hope that's given you a bit of an insight into this gorgeous book and all of those, well, hundreds of ideas. And then page 22 for your templates there. And if you have any questions or you need any help with anything or any ordering, I just popped my, oh, I thought I put my host code up there, but I haven't. That's this month's host code. So if you do want to order anything, pop that in and you will get a free tutorial from me. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend with this lovely weather, and I'll be back next week.